Hi, and welcome to this episode of the Forum Live. And in this episode, I wanted to cover off some of the CWU news related, CWU related news in the forms of the LTBs of the last week. So I've tried to prepare a bit of a presentation for you for that. So please bear with us, a bit of an experimentation using the different bit of equipment we've got here. So let's give it a whirl, shall we? So the first thing this week really is average holiday pay. So in LTB 49420, we had a further update following a meeting on the 5th of October, and specifically there the highlighted areas of the LTB that is of interest. And in that bit of interest, we've got a timeline identifying key points, bringing you all the way towards the end with a potential hearing in June/July next year. So no time soon, unfortunately. So those people who have got claims in have been waiting perhaps 12 months or more, then unfortunately you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Now, interesting enough, the next part is reiterating exactly what we've said in the past. So again, if you haven't made a claim already, then register your claim. If you have registered a claim, then any future absences will be added to that automatically. But equally, if you're not asking the union to if you're asking the union rather to represent you, which I believe most of you will be, then please don't contact the tribunal office. It's being dealt with as it is. So the next point of conversation this week is the reintroduction of job shared vans, which has been quite controversial across the whole country. So the LTB that this is referring to is 489, and the reintroduction of shared vans is covered there. Pretty much unified, well, it is not pretty much, it is a unified against it. Now, what they have said of our national people, and again, the branch does agree with this, is that given the changing nature of the pandemic and the significant increases in COVID-19 cases, alongside the local restrictions being introduced across the country, the CWU has maintained that in view of the current second wave numbers, this should not proceed and we would not support it. So, further discussions, however, were due to take place with Royal Mail Group regarding the development, and further updates will be provided as and when appropriate. However, in the meantime, CWU reps are advised that the position is we do not support van sharing being introduced, and to ensure that our members are not being forced or intimidated into job share or van sharing. So that is the clear position on that from not just us at the branch, but our national people as well. Now, further, LTB was updated on 501, and in that 501 there is a key part there where Carl Maiden, keep pressing the wrong buttons unfortunately, sorry, Carl Maiden had identified an element that Royal Mail had stated within its guidance notes that they wanted to seek some clarity to protect you, our members. And what it actually says is, we know most of the people continue to follow the guidelines and behave in a responsible way. This is why Royal has adopted a supportive approach for employees who are required to self-isolate due to COVID-19 by applying our normal sick pay policy. In most cases, this provides support above the statutory sick pay recommended by government. However, providing enhanced sick pay is dependent on the absence not being caused by, put my teeth back in, by the employee. Where in the reasonable view of the company, there is evidence of an employee disregard for public health guidance, which then leads to them needing to self-isolate, Royal sick pay will not be paid. So, quite wordy, but essentially, if they believe you're in breach of your safety, then you wouldn't be paid the sick pay. Now, they're advocating going into van sharing. You can see the logic there. So, the following part was concluding at LTB. So feedback from branches is showing that volunteers numbers overall are low. For absolute clarity, our advice remains that members should not volunteer to van share, as we believe, given the current situation with the crisis, that this is wrong time to go back to sharing vehicles. So the advice has not changed, even if we were to receive the assurances as above in relation to sick pay. But for clarity, it is something that wants clarifying should you opt for an informed decision of van sharing. So the next topic of conversation has been the Union Learning Fund. Now, to many of you, that might not mean a great deal, but Bev Walmsley, our ULR and regional lead on Union Learn, has been pushing, certainly with our branch, a initiative for upskilling some of our members in relation to maths and English and such, and ITC. But that is done through a separate company, drawing funding down. Now, opportunities like that will decease, go, whatever, if not identified. Now, within the LTB 492, the CWU has received a notification of the government intention to cease funding for the Union Learning Fund. So, this is disappointing news, comes at a time when many of our members and people in the world of work more generally face a very uncertain, precarious future. So during the pandemic, we've been piloting a range of distancing learning opportunities to support our members' education skills and mental health, and any cessation of the ULF will clearly put all this and any future strategies, objectives at risk. So again, the CWU are trying to give you some opportunities to upskill, and a lot of that comes from the funding from the ULF. And unfortunately, the government are set to announce that will be terminated next year and will have massive ramifications from opportunities to think. So the last topic of conversation is the CWU Death Grants. And I know it's not necessarily the most glamorous of topics to cover, but it's one of the benefits of being a CWU member, is that should the worst happen, there is a payment that is made to your nominee. So I'd like to take that opportunity that if you haven't got someone nominated, or indeed it's not the right person, then get in touch with us in the branch, or if you're watching from outside the Leeds number 1, then contact your own branch to ensure that nominee is updated and accurate. So the LTB that this refers to is 497, and from the 1st of October 2020, the death grant will rise to £857. So the Leeds branch tops that up by the tune of 10%. So that is the update as regards the death grant. So thank you for taking the time to watch this short news. Leave me a comment as to any suggestions for the future, possible critiques, and thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and like the Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. So remember, unity is strength. Thanks for watching.